So Christy, you're saying in order to effectively carry the theme throughout your event, really you need to tell a story.
Yes, that's right.
And in order to effectively tell a story, you need to continually reinforce the features of that story, whether it's colors, right, or your logo, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What else?
Well, like content, communication strategy, the atmosphere, the environment, the experience you create.
I think I get it. Let's all learn more from Christy. Find out how you can build your digital tribe for your next meeting.
Thanks for joining, and please welcome Christy Casey Sanders, Vice President Creative, Chief Storyteller, Plan Your Meetings. Did I get it all right?
You did get it all right. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Christy.
Thank
The
you.
subject is digital tribe building and storytelling. Now that's a mouthful, and I think it's fascinating, largely from the standpoint of actually building a tribe and then storytelling. But in essence, what are we talking about in general?
Sure. Well, if you look around us, if you look at what's happening in the background of this room, people are telling stories. You know, they're having conversations about what they've experienced in the opening session, what they learned in their events, you know, in the concurrent sessions, what they're seeing here and how they want to apply it to their meetings. And all of this is a narrative that as an event designer you create, but you may not realize that you are telling a story by all the elements that you select. So how you decide to set up a room, how you put the staging, what kind of messaging you give people before they show up, what kind of messaging goes into your marketing materials, what kind of experiences you create for them and opportunities for them to connect with each other. All these things end up being a story that they tell people about your event. Online, through Twitter, by posting pictures, by having conversations like they are right now about coffee and tea, like around that. So you're building a tribe and you're creating stories and narratives without even realizing it.
There's a certain episodic kind of relationship in planning in that you have a meeting or an event. You know, we're coming to the meeting, we're going to have an event. But when I listen to you talk, which is incredibly exciting, it's the kind of stuff that goes on all year. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, it does
It
go
would
on
be
all
artificial
year.
to say, I want to be your best bud because I want you to come to the meeting. And then after that, bam, I'm going on to something else.
Well, I think, you know, and that's one thing that Mitchell Beer likes to point out is that the traditional conference model of marketing is broken. It tends to be, for 4 weeks prior to the conference, we're going to talk to you a lot. And then, there's a lot of conversations happening during the conference. And then, thanks for attending, tell us what you thought. And then that's it.
Right.
So, you know, the ideal communication structure is we're going to start this conversation, we're going to amplify it at the event, and then we're going to give you tools to connect with each other all year round.
Right.
And then you're looking forward to when it comes around the next time.
Right.
And when I was talking with Dave Serino about Social Media Tours and Symposium, he said that prior to organizing that event, and when the first one he did all by himself, he was really shocked because it was the first time that he had seen activity on a hashtag 365 days a year, and not just light traffic, but very heavy traffic on this conference hashtag. And part of the reason is because he lets all of the major elements of the conference be crowdsourced by his attendees.
It's really bottom-up planning versus top-down. I mean, you were talking about the hierarchical structure before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anarchy because there is structure.
Oh, yeah.
But it's structure bottom-up, bubbling up, rather.
Yeah, it's kind of like libertarian anarchy. I don't know how you would.
Are you finding planners comfortable with that?
I think that it's threatening.
Right.
I think that the biggest obstacle to change is a lack of trust. And so I think that that is a big obstacle, whether or not you are confronted with coming up with a social media strategy or managing a team of freelancers or people who are working from home
Right.
or temporary staff. It's like a lot of planners tend to be type A personalities, and if it doesn't get done by this time, I'm just going to do it myself because it'll just be faster. And it's just
OCD.
this whole,
right.
this whole kind of, it's very difficult to relax because you know how you want it.
So how does a meeting an event professional manage his or her own management, who says, okay, what's the location this year? We haven't been to Puerto Rico for a while, and what's the agenda? And you say, well, we're waiting till our members tell us. I mean, is that like
well, you don't have to go
I'm
completely,
exaggerating,
wah. I mean, I think that the way that you move there is with small, achievable steps. And so it's not, hey, we're going to crowdsource everything this year, and then we're going to go in and give each other group hugs and high five, and then we're going to do belly slam, and be like, what? No, you have to say, you know what? This is where we want to go. So let's do it small. Let's see, give them some room sets for the general session and let them vote and see what they want. I think you should identify what works. You should identify what doesn't work. And always keep your eye on what the goal is. And if you always know what the goal you're trying to achieve is, then you can figure out the best way to achieve it, or new elements that you can bring into it, or what you might want to do to activate your audience that exists outside of yourself to bring them more into it.
Well, that's...
Yeah, and then you're creating a narrative that where everything, whether it is the way you're delivering content or engaging people on social, or the way that you had this furniture rental company decorate the space, or the lighting that you're using, or the video, it's all telling the same story. And it's something that your community or your tribe understands how it relates to what they're trying to achieve and what the organization or the association or the company is trying to achieve.
I couldn't think of a better way to close this discussion than what you just summed up. No, I think that's terrific, and I think it's very, very informative in terms of how-to information. So why don't we leave it at that, Christy?
Sure.
That was fantastic.
I'm good with that. Here, we'll clink coffee mugs.
Yeah, it's better than belly bumping. So
yes,
yeah.
it is.
We've been speaking with
Chin
Christy
chin.
Casey Sanders, VP Creative, Chief Storyteller at Plan Your Meetings.